Hello everybody. Alright, so I have a little cyano not little actually, it's kind of large, but cyano bacteria outbreak, and we'll go ahead and get that taken care of. And I just wanted to, everybody's dealt with it one time or another, you know, I don't panic or whatever. So anyway, I kind of let it get a little bit more than I usually do, but it is what it is. So first off, this is the reason why I have a cyano outbreak. You know, you guys have heard me talk about Nopox. I love Nopox. I used a pretty decent dose of Nopox every day for about several months now. It took a long time, but it got my, my nitrates were never out of whack. They were always about 20. Phosphates were, a little bit higher than I'd like, 0.05, something like that. I'd like them to be down below that. So I dosed Nopox several months. The nitrates are down to about maybe 1. Phosphates are down to about 0.001, 002, something like that. So, but what I should have done was I should have decreased the dose of Nopox per the instructions and cut the dosing way down. It's like a maintenance dose to keep the nitrates and phosphates level at the level I want them at. Well, instead of doing that, I just spaced it and didn't lower the dose, hence the cyanobacteria outbreak. And as you can tell, it's on the rocks, it's all over. So, and cyanobacteria is a bacteria. It feeds on carbon, and Nopox is a carbon. It's carbon dosing. It's the same thing as adding vinegar, that kind of thing to your water. And that's what it is. So, I went ahead and used my tried and true ChemiClean, which I like, which is in my tank. You just add, this comes with a spoon. Just do 1 spoon per 10 gallons. Do a measuring cup, 1 cup of water from the tank. When you use Nopox, I leave the skimmer, as you can tell, see it overflows. I don't turn the skimmer down too much. I let it overflow into the sump. Because it needs oxygen. So it's very important to keep your skimmer on while dosing Nopox. I have my UV sterilizer out. UV needs to go off. All carbon needs to go off. So my Chemi Pure Blue is out. You can leave your algae scrubber if you have one on. But other than that, that's not a big deal. It's in there running now. It's been in there now for about a half an hour. So the next thing you need to do, and it's very important, you'll probably have to do this twice. This is probably one of the worst parts of it, is you need to take a turkey baster or something like that. Blow the cyano, comes off easily, off the sand, off the rocks. So that way ChemiClean can go ahead and work. So that's what I'm going to do next. So, and again, make sure, I know, most people are already aware of that. Most people do have plenty of aeration, but you have to make sure you got power heads. You got to have water move it. See how my water movement at the surface, which is always there anyway, so I don't really adjust anything there. But ChemiClean does yank some of the oxygen out of the water, so you want to make sure, and, definitely important, keep the skimmer on. So, I'll be back in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and base some of the stuff off the rocks. So, one moment.